Welcome. Today I will be paraphrasing, summarizing, and sharing for the June 27th Al-Anon readings, Encouraged to Change, and a little time for myself. We'll begin with the Serenity Prayer and 3 mindful breaths. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. I will take a moment to look this over. The question is, what are some walls I can tear down today by cooperating with others? And it mentions Tradition 6 a couple of times. So Tradition 6 is, our family groups ought never endorse, finance, or lend our name. Am I reading the right thing? Tradition 6, yes. To any outside enterprise, lest problems of money, property, and prestige divert us from our primary spiritual aim. Although a separate entity, we should always cooperate with Alcoholics Anonymous. Okay, that makes sense. So the passage is about this person's experience with their home group, their home Al-Anon group being across the hall from an AA group, and thinking that although they maintain their separate identities, being so close together helps them practice Tradition 6. And this person says before coming to Al-Anon, they had never met a recovering alcoholic. And this knowing recovering alcoholics, because the meetings were so close together, they changed their us versus them attitude, realized that they were all victims of the disease and everyone was doing their best to recover. And this person says they learned to cooperate. Today's reminder: we can see the alcoholics in our lives as fellow travelers, no matter where we are on our journey. And the quote is from Al-Anon, A Day at a Time. It all starts with cooperation. It's the beginning of communication. I love it. What are some walls I can tear down today by cooperating with others? I've mentioned before that I must have chaired a meeting because I wrote some notes at the top. Us versus them mentality, connectedness, cooperation, and Tradition 6. I think I've mentioned this before, that I also had never, I probably had talked to a recovering alcoholic before, I just didn't realize it, like in my outside of Al-Anon. But through anniversary meetings and AA speakers, I learned so much about the alcoholics' experience, and that was very beneficial for me because that was the only way. It gave me added perspective, and I felt more well-rounded because of I just hearing their stories just made me see their humanity, and I just felt connected with all those speakers. So that was a really good experience for me. What are some walls I can tear down by cooperating with others? I just think that everything has to do with cooperation. I feel like if we all cooperated with each other, I mean, like, what problems would there ever be if we all cooperated with each other? I do think it has a lot to do with connectedness, and I feel really strongly just within myself that everyone wants to feel connected. Nobody wants to feel alone, and the more I'm able to help someone feel connected, the better off we all are. And I know that I love feeling connected. I love feeling like there's something between me and another person that we understand about each other, that we connect with, that we understand. Did I just say understand? Probably. That's just, to me, that's just one of the absolute best feelings in the world, if not the best feeling in the world. Like laughing with someone, sharing a smile, like that is the good stuff. Yeah, I mean, getting together with friends is wonderful, but why is it wonderful? Because we feel connected to each other, because we enjoy each other's company. Why do we enjoy each other's company? Because we feel connected. I think it's really what makes, I don't know, what makes everything good. I'm not saying it correctly, but so what are walls I can tear down? I don't know, like being stubborn, being angry, being resentful, um, isolating myself. All those things work against cooperating with others and connecting with others. Yeah, I think isolating is a big one. Not like outwardly feeling like I don't belong, like not feeling connected, like a real feeling of being separate from other people, being like different, feeling like not feeling like I belong. Like that's really detrimental. Yeah, none of that. None of those things are productive. Being open, being friendly, being cooperative, being gentle, being kind, all those things are good. I'm completely in the wrong month. All right. I will take a moment and look this over. This is about sponsorship. This person is describing the first time someone asked them to be a sponsor, and they were very concerned. They were fearful that they had nothing to offer a sponsee. But then they realized that their higher power may have something to do with it, and they said a quick prayer asking to be worthy and told this person that they would be honored to be their sponsor. Today's reminder: when we are a sponsor, it's a commitment to ourselves and the other person. It gives us a chance to practice detachment with love, to share intimately with another person, and to apply Al-Anon principles very consciously. And it says, if we listen carefully, we might find that what we say to our sponsees is exactly what we need to hear. And then the quote is from Henry Wadsworth Longfellow: give what you can give. Sometimes it's better than you could ever imagine. And the mail carrier just came and picked up my uncle's 95th birthday card. I could see the mail truck just drove by. So I guess right now I'm just sponsoring one person. I was sponsoring two, but the other person, now we're just like really, really good friends. And it's really interesting. Every relationship that I've had with a sponsee is completely different based on who the person is and what that person wants. And but it's funny because I just met with this person that I'm specifically talking about today, and was talking about how we never would have become as close as we have become unless she had asked me to be her sponsor, because like when you just because of like circumstances in our lives. But well, I shouldn't really say that, but it seems to me that that was what got us to be such good friends, because she moved away and then I ended up moving to the same area. I had no idea that was going to happen, but it did happen, and now we see each other on a regular basis. So it's just so cool how it all works out the way it's supposed to. And I do still feel, even though I think I've sponsored 3 people, but I still, have I still have doubts about my ability to sponsor. But I guess it's good to have like a healthy sense of that, as long as it doesn't keep me from sponsoring anybody else. But I'm not actively seeking to sponsor anybody else right now. Yeah, and as I'm saying that, I'm like thinking to myself, and I don't even know if I'd be any good at it. So I mean, that's just silly, because I'd be as good as I wanted to be, and as much effort and time that I put into it, that's what it would be. So, but I love, give what you can, pray, ask to be worthy. That's all we can do, is be our best. I think that my sponsor, I have such an amazing relationship with, and I'm just so grateful for her. And I think she sponsors many other people. And I think she has for a long, long time, in both programs, in AA and Al-Anon. So, I mean, she's just like, to me, she's like an encyclopedia of knowledge. She's like the Google of Al-Anon. I'm just so grateful. But she's like the first one to say, I'm not sure. That's a good question. Like that's just being a realistic, humble human being, I guess. And sponsorship is so important. So I guess, it's better to just do your best than to say no to somebody, because it's really a lifeline. It's been a lifeline for me. So I wouldn't want to deny that to anybody else. Truly. We'll close out with the Serenity Prayer and 3 mindful breaths. Here we go. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Sending you love. Take care.